Hello. Just wanted to touch base with you guys. I was sick earlier this week. I thought I hit publish on this module before I went home, and turns out I didn't. So I'm gonna give you till next Friday to complete the assignment. But I do want to touch base on the assignment and try to help you navigate that a little bit. So the assignment, I'm gonna pull it up on Canvas. Um, No. Share. Okay. Entire screen. Yes. Okay. I think that's what I want to do. All right. So, the assignment is now there. Oh gosh, that is not the right dashboard. Okay. So this assignment, like I said, is right there in the modules. It's due next Friday, and it's a little bit different of a discussion, and that's what I want to talk to you guys about. So this assignment is going to actually require you to do some research on your own. I would like you to use the library search tool, EBSCOhost, Google Scholar, um, any other research, like if you want to go to your local library and see if there's anything available, though I don't recommend that anymore. A lot of libraries no longer carry historical information because it's all online, it's all digitized now. Another option might be going to the No Man's Land Museum and talking to the lady there to get some resources. But if you are okay with using electronic resources, um, I'm going to show you that here in a second. But this assignment is going to require you to find the biographies or memoirs or a newspaper article about a former homesteader or somebody who came out here for the purpose of homesteading and just telling about, their experience. So I'm going to read this to you. I do want you to cite your sources at the bottom in Chicago/Turabian style. I have a video that I'll post over that. Please do your best. I'm not looking for perfection here. As I have mentioned, most of my stuff is in APA, despite the fact that I do history. And so I have to learn Chicago style every day or every time I use it because I don't use it very often. So do your best. I'll do my best to, to correct you and critique you on that. I'm not taking off points for that. We're gonna get good at his Chicago/Turabian style together. Um, but what I want you to do, so a staggering 60% of homestead claims failed before the 5-year mark. This assignment explores the why. So I need you to compare two real life homesteaders using primary sources or curated biographies. Um, I don't have it here, but like I said, I'm also okay with newspaper articles or historical journals. Um, so ask about the geography. Was the land past the 100th meridian, where rainfall drops significantly, or even past the Mississippi would be a good place to look at that. Did they have enough money for tools and seeds, or did they just file the filing fee and try to figure it out? And were they near a sod buster community or isolated? I'm gonna have some readings, of course, about the Homestead Act that I'd like you to purview yourself. And yeah, that's what I have for the assignment. So you do have a week to do it. Please let me know if you have questions. But I'm gonna kind of show you some tools. So let's just start actually with Google Scholar. Um, I just type I just type Google Scholar in the search bar and it brings it up. This is kind of like EBSCO host. It's a little more open, a little less peer reviewed, I would say, my opinion. And one you like, so I'm typing in homestead biographies, um, anything. So one of the things you may need to do is put American homestead because there is actually a significant um, homestead movement in Africa as well. Um, Home economics. So it's like I said, you kind of have to look through here to see what actually meets your needs. Um, the sod house um, might be a good one to look over, but it'll give you some information. Anything that has a PDF here is something that's um, you can get a PDF. A lot of the stuff you may have to purchase, but there's ways to American homestead biographies. Trying to think of a way to make this um, um, this will help answer some of the question, that very last conclusion question about whether this was a good move by the government or a cruel gamble. Um, and that is, so hopefully you are reading the information and watching the videos that I've shared with you. Um, oh, we're gonna go to the library, sorry. But the Homestead Act was, dang it, I want this to go away. Go away. The Homestead Act, um, it was an attempt to settle the West. And you got 160 acres. Your job was to work that land, make it successful so that it can be settled. And there's a lot to it. I'm not going to go into all that. You'll catch that in the video. Basically, once we were done building the railroad, we had the government and the railroad had all this land on each side of the railroad that needed to be sold, needed to be worked, and they came up with the Homestead Act, which interestingly enough is right in the middle of our Civil War, but not a huge effect. So the library. I usually just search library up here at the on the search tool. If you're not using the website search tool to find things, um, I mean, everything you need to know is on the website as long as you search for it. Um, Electronic resources. So I like going to Academic Search Elite or Academic Search Premier, not necessarily history, um, but there's actually a lot here that that would be helpful to find this information. So I'm just going to start with EBSCO or Academic Search Premier because that's the one that I used in my dissertation. Okay, well, please know if you are looking for things from the library, you do need to sign in with your OPSU credentials. No, I don't want to sign in with Google. Um, yeah, you'll have to sign in with your OPSU credentials probably in order to get that information. Um, Dang it. And I'm gonna have to clear out of here to do that. So, that is a good plan. So look at your library resources. Um, I I don't even care if you use AI as long as you verify the sources. AI gives you sources. It tells you where it got its information. And as long as you are using those sources, so So I'm putting here, can you name some American homesteaders that wrote memoirs or biographies? So here you go. Um, these are all there's African American homesteader narratives are there. So that's a good way to maybe get some names. Let's see, we've got Eleanor Pruitt Stewart, Laura Ingalls Wilder. You can talk about Laura Ingalls Wilder, but you need to find the information about her homestead. So this is what I'm giving you guys. You're the investigators. Find two names of people that were homesteaders and answer the questions. Um, so that's one way to use AI. So what you would do now is search for these people in those in Google Scholar, on Google, on EBSCOhost. I don't care if you use Google itself. You don't have to use AI and you don't have to use Google Scholar. You can just use Google. Um, but I digress. So if there's any questions about this assignment, don't stress about it. Please let me know. Shouldn't be too terrible. Could be kind of fun. I enjoy this is what I do all the time. And I enjoy that. And what I would like to do at some point is incorporate some of these stories of the American West into our podcast. Because we do one over the Panhandle, and this is the homestead. I mean, this is the areas where it was happening. Kansas was a huge homestead state, of course. Homesteads in Oklahoma got opened up later on in the 1870s and 80s and 90s. And so, yeah, there's a lot going on here. So please, please, please review the materials that I posted. There's a video, there's some PDFs, there's a couple Google articles as well. And review those, do the assignment, and we will meet again next week. I hope you guys have a good weekend. Let me know if you need anything. Um, all right.